Investigative reporter Jonathan Lee Riches investigates. A witness speaks, folks. A witness. I want you to listen to this student right here, a student at Apalachee High School in Widner, Georgia, because he speaks about the shooter, Colt Gray, 14-year-old Colt Gray. And this witness here shares some new insight about the shooter. I'm going to share this with you, and then we will further discuss. Check it out.
Hello, I came to answer plenty of questions. I saw that there was a lot of questions in the comments of the last videos, and I just wanted to go through some of them and answer some of them right now. Yes, he was new to the school. He had enrolled 2 weeks before this incident, and he only came one day. So this was the second day he came to school. People said the one time he did talk, which it was rare. He wouldn't speak much. He was quiet. He just wasn't I guess seeming mentally okay to the open eye, as students said who knew him. I wanted to thank all of y'all for all the support, all the blessings you're sending my way, all the prayers. I truly hope you understand these mean so much to me. It means so much to me and my family. Me and my mom are doing okay. I thank you for the worry. I just pray that God continues to watch over us.
Whoa, folks. Did you just hear what this witness said? The witness says that Colt Gray, he was only at school for 2 days when he committed this terrible, terrible act. That means he arrived to school the day after Labor Day. First day at school, even though he enrolled 2 weeks prior. But first day at school, the day after Labor Day. Very, very quiet. And then the next day, he commits a mass shooting. Are you kidding me? That was only his second day there at school. But guess what, folks? It does get very interesting because a neighbor spoke also. And a neighbor of Colt Gray across the street. And she also says the day the shooting happened, that was her first time seeing Colt at the bus stop in front of the house. Check this out.
Ron, that's right. I'm here at the home where he lived with his father and 2 younger siblings. This house right here along Harrison Mill Road is only about 6 miles from Apalachee High School. Now, until today, the neighbor directly across the street never even knew a teenager lived at this home, only seen his 2 younger siblings around, but never Colt Gray until this morning. Christine Ridings tells me she saw the young lady who was always out here at the bus stop waiting for the Apalachee High School bus. This morning, she noticed another teen next to this young girl who this Christine Ridings says she's never seen before.
He had on jeans, a dark or black zip-up hoodie with the hood up, and a black backpack. I don't know. I just felt odd. So hours later, this starts unfolding, and then my grandson sends me a picture that's one of the students at Apalachee snapped of the shooter when he had his gun in his hand, and he said, "Gigi, is this who you saw?" And that was the boy. And that's terrifying.
Very interesting, folks. So it was only there for 2 days, and then he decided to shoot up the school. What in the world is going on? And the neighbor across the street, that was their first time seeing Colt at that house. There's 2 other siblings at the house that lived with the dad, Colin, who was arrested. But it makes me wonder, where has Colt been all these times? Like before this shooting occurred, how long was he in the house, and how come the neighbor never saw him prior? Was Colt living somewhere else? Was he in the hands of CPS? Did the state have him in custody that we don't know about? What we do know is the father and the son were living in Jackson County a while back, the year before, when authorities visited the home, and then ultimately the dad got the son a gun for Christmas. Sometime during that time between, the time the authorities went to the house there in Jefferson, Georgia, Jackson County in May of 2023, all the way up to when this shooting happened. Sometime they must have moved back to that house in Barrow County. But the neighbor never seen him before, and he goes to school for the first time that the neighbor's seen, and this guy right here is saying this was only a second day at school, and he already commits a mass shooting. What in the world is going on here, folks? Where does this guy come from, and why? Riding to school with a hoodie and a backpack. Something is not right with this case, but we are covering it, and I did want to provide that insight. Now, another thing is, this guy right here said he enrolled 2 weeks prior to the shooting. Now, we also heard from another news report that we shared that the grandparents of Colt on the mom's side claiming his grandmother, the Polhamus, Debbie Polhamus, is claiming that she contacted the school counselor at the school he's at now, the school counselor, a week before the shooting, and said some things to the counselor, something about his mental illness. So it seems like there has been some warning signs on the family and red flags that they've been bringing attention to, but then he goes to school for the very first time the day after Labor Day. Very, very strange with this case, but we are looking into this on JLR Investigates, praying for all the victims, and we will continue to play what other students have to say about this case and piece it all together and get that information to all of you. The public, the victims, everyone in the community in Barrow County deserves to know the truth. The red flags and everything that transpired up to when the shooting happened. We will continue to cover the case after, like the court proceedings and everything like that. More charges are expected on Colt Gray. We are following that case. Will anyone else get arrested? Where's his mom, Marcee Gray? She hasn't spoken yet since this terrible tragedy happened. But if she does, we'll share, and we will. This is the go-to channel. So press that sub button, go-to channel when it comes to this particular case. We are on it. We are analyzing it. JLR Investigates. Sub the channel, hit the notification button. We'll talk soon. Stay tuned.